My name is Dave Michaud. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer at Model N. And I also have here with me Suresh Kannan, our Chief Product Officer, who will be talking about innovation at Model N. Now, Model N is a leader in cloud revenue management, and we help life sciences and high-tech companies minimize revenue leakage throughout the revenue lifecycle. And so we have capabilities that help them between back office and front office to connect all of that and deliver revenue or minimize revenue leakage over time. So with that, I will go ahead and turn it over to Suresh.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Dave. Good morning, Vinnie, and pleased to be speaking with you this morning about Model N and what we are doing in terms of innovation at Model N. So today we've divvied up our time across 4 key areas. So what's driving the market for Model N and the business challenges faced by our customers? How Model N is partnering with our customers in tackling these challenges effectively and efficiently. And I'll spend some time quickly on product portfolio and the innovations that we are driving and how we are delivering it through our technology platform to our customers. And we can take questions along the way. Feel free to stop me. Thank you. From a market dynamic point of view, at the macro level, as we call it, there's a growing revenue execution challenge. This is something that we refer to, speak to our customers and industries well recognize and acknowledge, at least in the 2 big industries that we serve today, life sciences and high tech. Each industry has their own complex business environment. Each have sophisticated pricing and distribution needs. And in case of life sciences, the regulatory and compliance requirements are an added overlay on top of this. This has been widely recognized and published by leading research firms like PwC and KPMG and McKinsey studies in terms of what is the reality faced by these industries. In summary, though,
what's the number? It's 100. It's 100. Dave, what's the number on the right?
1 trillion.
1
estimated
trillion. Okay.
1 trillion. Yep.
Thank you.
So at a macro level, at least 4% of companies' revenue is lost through incentive overpayments directly impacting the bottom line. Either contracts are not working well or they're not enforced correctly. And nearly 1/3 of all the pricing decisions made by these customers leave money on the table, directly affecting their revenue and their bottom line. So this is about creating sound contracts and managing them effectively throughout the life cycle of their contract. And overall, across these industries worldwide, this revenue leakage leads to over 1 trillion in various shapes or forms, and this is all published. So the bottom line is poor pricing decisions and lack of commercial compliance have material impact on our customers' business, and that is driving demand for our solutions. Next slide, please. So we do our own survey annually across the breadth of our customer base and new customers and analysts. So in our own 2020 State of Revenue Market Survey, which tracks the trends in revenue management, there were a few interesting findings as well that we are sharing here. Nearly 86% reported that revenue management has become more and more challenging. This is largely driven by the increasing business complexity and the pricing model evolution in both industries. Nearly 90% of the companies associate regulatory compliance with revenue loss. If not done correctly, that can lead to revenue loss. And then almost all agree that ideal delivery methodology for solutions managing revenue and pricing and contracting is through the cloud. And many of our customers still have on-prem, but they're looking to move toward a cloud delivery model. And quickly on Model N, before we get into our products and solutions, simply Model N enables our customers to deliver life-changing products to the world. And this is an exercise Dave's team and I, we went through and thought about who we are and how we serve our customers and what our market is, and this simply crystallizes it. This is true in both life sciences and our high-tech customer base as well. And
so give some examples. A lot of vendors say things like that. Provide a couple of examples.
A couple of them are coming up right up.
Okay. Nice setup.
Next slide, please. So to make it pertinent, how is it, and make it even pertinent to our present life situation? You see some of the sample logos here. These are companies that are actively involved in fighting the COVID pandemic.
Remdesivir from Gilead and Pfizer's vaccine, and
yeah, right. You were one slide ahead of me. Yes, Vinnie, exactly. So many of our customers that you see here, we have several more, are really leading the way in developing cutting-edge treatments and life-saving devices too. Is it for diagnostic purposes in an effort to fight this COVID-19 pandemic? In fact, 24 out of 25 of our life sciences customers are actively involved. We've just picked 4 or 5 as a sample here. So even on the high-tech side, Abbott is a device maker that we all know. They were early on in the press in terms of doing diagnostic testing for COVID. And Microchip on our high-tech side is a semiconductor manufacturer who produce chips that go into a lot of these devices as well. So from everybody, from high-tech, semiconductor, all the way to device makers and drug makers are all involved in this pandemic, and we are proud to have them all as our customers. Next slide. Pfizer, since we were talking about, they are obviously one of the largest and America's oldest pharmaceutical companies. They've created groundbreaking worldwide news recently, and they announced, along with BioNTech, that their COVID-19 vaccine has proven over 95% effective in recent clinical trials, and they've even filed their phase 3 results with the FDA. And as you know, they expect to produce globally up to 15 million doses this year, and then up to billion and a half nearly next year. And we are proud to say that they have been a Model N customer for the past decade. And Pfizer have deployed a host of Model N products, including contracting, pricing management, compliance, how to manage the channels, driving incentives. So the entire gamut of our portfolio that is helping them realize millions of dollars in additional revenue and cost savings that is being pumped into R&D, obviously, in these times. So most recently, we worked with them, even within this pandemic, to help them upgrade their Model N solution to the most recent version in helping them be prepared for the potential vaccine launch. In fact, this morning, I wanted to share with you here, hot off the press, that our team has been contracted to help ramp up a new Pfizer team that will be using Model N solutions to contract and distribute the vaccine that is being going to be manufactured. So it's really cool for Model Ners to be a small part of these type of life-saving missions.
So will that take you into the public health market too, or are you sticking to the life sciences business?
This really our solutions today play well for life sciences and med tech. And over time, we think about the whole industry ecosystem. We do have value that we can provide for, say, distributors, and then PBMs, as they call pharmacy benefit managers, and then eventually payers, the whole healthcare ecosystem. That's a product direction we are going to take as we get through the next couple of years. Next example is Gilead. We talked about it earlier. They have been one of Model N's most progressive customers, both in how they run their company and the therapies they provide. And they were one of our earliest, in fact, the first customers to fully transition from on-prem to cloud. And they use a full suite of our products. And this was considered a strategic initiative by Gilead exec leadership team to become more dominant in the market and help them prepare for expansion and commercial success, really. So obviously, they have been in the press as well during the pandemic through remdesivir and how does it help, mitigate the severity of the pandemic as well. So I have to say, it is great to see that such important Model N customers like Pfizer, Gilead, and then as you saw earlier, J&J and Abbott are playing such an important role in fighting this.
Yeah, Abbott with their rapid testing device. Yeah. You got three or four of the big ones right there.
Yeah, absolutely. And then switching a little bit on products and what these customers, major customers rely on, Model N to deliver innovative product solutions. Obviously, before I dive deeper, I want to walk you through, quickly review what our product landscape looks like and how we are really addressing the needs of our life sciences customers. So if I can net it out, our life sciences customers are facing 3 or 4 key challenges. Number one, there is a need for them for better visibility and control of net price. And what is the price effectively paid by the end consumer? Because of the number of parties involved between the manufacturer and the end consumer, and the number of contracts. Between two entities, there will be multiple contracts with various deal terms, so you need to really be clear on how to manage them. The second thing is, with large amounts of money being exchanged in the ecosystem, any incorrect calculation in terms of the price and our volume and what is the effective price may result in significant over or underpayment, impacting both top and bottom line. Either you're paying and chasing, or you have deeply upset one of your partners by underpaying. So neither of those situations our customers would like to avoid. And the third thing is ever-changing regulatory complexity. And we all went through the election cycle, and there was a lot of talk about drug pricing and changes to Medicare and executive order and legislation. So this is very, very topical. Anything that comes up, our customers need to react to. And this adds to a level of challenge. Any misstep that our customers make in terms of regulatory compliance can lead to severe financial and business consequences. In the extreme cases, you can be locked out of accessing U.S. healthcare market. The government is the biggest buyer in the U.S. So you need to stay compliant. Otherwise, you have severe revenue consequences. So this is a business challenge these are the business challenges our customers are facing. So they really need a comprehensive enterprise solution that can intelligently connect their front office, where the sales reps are actually contracting, to their back office, where they're controlling pricing and inventory and distribution logistics across the globe. So this is where Model N solutions come in, right? We are truly the glue that intelligently bind their CRM and ERP, or as we call it, front office, back office applications. We help them actually intelligently create contracts, as you see on the right-hand side, be it commercial contracting or government contracting. How do we price drugs and how do we create contracts, and also pull all of those information, give it at the hands of the reps. So as they are making deals, that they do so intelligently and effectively without leaving money on the table. And we close the loop so that there is no redundant data entry and duplication that happens a lot in many of our homegrown solutions that some of our customers have deployed today. So this is a true value add from Model N, a comprehensive portfolio that provides revenue management orchestration across the enterprise. We do that not only in the US. We have solutions that can handle regulatory and pricing requirements across the globe. In some countries, they use tendering. In other cases, they use reference pricing. Europe, in particular, if you change a price in one country, it impacts how much you can charge in other countries. And so this is truly the power of our Revenue Cloud, to provide end-to-end workflow, visibility into pricing, and the control on the net price. So I wanted to share with you a couple of examples of how does it manifest into our products and the innovation that we are driving. One of the modules I want to highlight that is really strategic for our customers is what we call launch sequence optimization. Right? Especially, as I mentioned earlier, when you have reference pricing, how you go about launching in which market and at what prices has a major impact on your total revenue that you can generate through the life cycle of the product. So new product launches are most critical and defining moments for pharma product life cycle. So if they make a suboptimal decision there, they have severe consequences that result in leaving hundreds of millions of dollars on the table. So we have built a solution that helps companies identify best product launch sequences and at right prices. We look at them market by market, what other products are there. We can ingest data in terms of competitive products and their pricing, and come up with, we have an intelligent and proven algorithm that really optimizes launch sequences and gives a report. And customers can tweak it themselves too. If they want to change some assumptions and simulate different launch sequences and see the end result, they can do so. And this is being used every day.
So with the talk about most favored nation, I presume your customers are using some of the government thinking in their own modeling using this tool?
Yeah, absolutely. They will change. What if a new product gets introduced? What if my competitor undercuts me by some fraction of the price? What if there is so much volume, my volume projection change, or different channels? They can, play with different dimensions of the things under control, volume, price, and countries and channel, and figure out what does it yield in terms of net revenue over multiple years, and then come up with an optimal launch sequence.
Okay.
So switching gears, I want to give another example where we do some machine learning and some real insights that we provide to our customers. This is an example from our high-tech industry. As you know, in the semiconductor space, the margins are wafer thin, pun intended. Getting the pricing right on the code is so important. So it determines whether you win the deal or not. And if you do, are you making money or are you losing money on it? So our high-tech data science team has developed a network model that really learns from historical data patterns to provide greater insights on price recommendations that you see here. So it looks simple as an output. So we call this module deal intelligence. Essentially, it tells you taking the input on what the ask is, and it comes up with the right kind of pricing and gives you the win probability at the price, and then what is the expected level of compliance within that contract. It's all based on historical data crunching, and it learns itself too based on what actually happens. Based on the recommendation and the outcome, there's a closed loop, and it learns itself. It will correct the model as it goes along. So
do you also offer a configurator for complex products?
By configurator, meaning for these type of algorithms, you mean? Yes, we do.
Where you're bidding on a thing that has many components. And so,
Yeah, I see what they're saying. Yes, we do. We do have our own pricing, quoting, and configuration, CPQ type of solution that is embedded along with our, what we call revenue management solution for high-tech. Yes, we do. And in this case, the AI ML capability, we plan to expand across the board in terms of expected quote compliance, even coming up with pricing recommendations for a particular product. Or you can optimize pricing, whether you want to maximize revenue or maximize margin, or you're shooting for a market share. So there are other things in the works, and we want to continue to drive data-driven innovations and intelligence into our products. And if you can move to the next slide. I want to talk about one of the things, products that I worked early on at Oracle, which is where I started my career as an engineer, was in business intelligence and analytics. The idea then was the complexity of the technology and the number crunching or analytics that you need to do should be shielded away from our end users, right? So to provide a great user experience, make it highly visual, intuitive. This happened many decades ago. And our goal really is to enhance productivity and our users' ease of use through intuitive navigation, efficient workflow. So enterprise applications don't need to look and feel like enterprise applications that were of last decade. We can consumerize enterprise applications. So that's what I'm continuing to drive here at Model N. Interestingly, the same UX lead designer who worked with me at Oracle is hired now at Model N, who is driving the charge here. So as you see, our goal here is to make it super easy to use and then actionable, right? If I'm a pricing manager, I come in, exactly what contracts I need to work on, the system gives me recommendation, I click on something, it takes me to do the work that I need to do. So gone are the days where you have CDs of records, pages and pages of records that you need to sort through. So this has been a big area of focus for us as well, how to make our applications accessible and easy to use. Our cloud infrastructure has scaled and continues to scale to handle large clients and large volumes. We process significant volumes of data, over 2 billion transactions a year. And you can see the rest of the numbers around with the high availability.
What's transaction in your world? Is it a proposal? Is it a pricing?
These are all contracts and pricing resolutions, revenue changing hands. Product going from party A to B at what price and what, that is a transaction.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and we manage, you see over 700 billion in terms of revenue for on behalf of our customers, right? Changing hands. So we are able to deliver our solutions at scale on the cloud, and we continue to drive and mature our cloud delivery model. So finally, as we conclude, I would like to leave you with this. We at Model N are focused acutely on driving innovation. We understand our customers are involved in very, very strategic projects. And like we talked about earlier on COVID vaccines that is pertinent to our present life situation. At the same time, the more we help our customers to maximize their top and bottom line, that goes back into R&D and powering more innovation and driving their business forward. So, and we are doing this through up-to-date solutions that helps them stay ahead of the industry and deal with evolving regulatory changes. We deliver powerful insights by leveraging data that we are collecting on behalf of our customers and coming up with the machine learning models to drive product functionality. And we are leveraging best-in-class cloud technology to quickly deliver updates of our solutions and drive up innovation so we can enable our customers to focus on high-value activities like R&D and producing life-saving products like a COVID vaccine. So with that, I'll stop there, Vinnie, and thank you for the opportunity. I can take additional questions.